Warren Peterson.
Warren Peterson, the Senate President, candidate for the AG. Warren Peterson.
Awesome crowd. How are you guys doing? Good. Can we hear for your board? This is a lot of work that these guys... Oh, okay. I'm going to use the other microphone. So, there we go. Okay. So, one thing they left out. I also graduated from ASU Law School back in 2019. So I'm a double devil. But this was definitely worth the trip. This is an awesome crowd, and I came out here tonight to ask you guys, are you ready to take Arizona into the golden age? Yeah. You ready for a new Attorney General? Our current Attorney General is a disaster. You may have heard she said you could shoot ICE agents. So this went nationwide. I ended up on the Sean Hannity show providing the proper legal advice. If you shoot ICE agents, you will be prosecuted for murder. So I am really honored to be supported by, have overwhelming support to run for Attorney General by the legal community and by law enforcement. So just some of the folks that are endorsing me right here, we've got up on the screen. I've been endorsed by former prosecutor, congressman, and our next governor of Arizona, Congressman Andy Biggs. I've got 4 attorneys general who have endorsed my campaign, 4 county prosecutors, county attorneys have endorsed my campaign, 3 sheriffs, and then I've got, yeah, if you can keep going, sorry, I thought Chad was running this, so thank you. Yeah, this is the slide. So I've got, I'm also the only candidate who's got multiple police associations. Just a couple weeks ago, the Fraternal Order of Police, the largest police association in America, endorsed my campaign, along with PPSLA. You guys know Arto Cueto. Were any of you guys at the Turning Point event on Friday? Yeah. So President Trump gave me a shout out at the event. That was pretty cool. But I've been endorsed by Jan Yubauskis. She's a respected attorney, wonderful there she is, great attorney, council member. Our county recorder, Justin Heap, and council member Quasman as well has also endorsed my campaign. The Free Enterprise Club is endorsed, Moms for America Action. I'm the only candidate endorsed by the Second Amendment. Gun Owners of America have endorsed my campaign, the Republican Liberty Caucus. Moms for Action are really big on school choice. You guys know how many choices Chris Mays wants your kids to have? Yeah, she's going against, charter schools, ESAs. We know, don't we? Parents know best how to educate their kids, not the government, right? So, next slide. I have been called the de facto AG because Arizona has a statute that gives the Senate president standing when our Attorney General is not defending the laws. Well, consequently, I am now managing over 110 cases or amicus briefs, all adverse to Chris Mays. You're going to say, holy cow, why so many? I'm going to just share maybe 2 with you because I think do I have just 10 minutes? Is that right? So I'm going to, I'll just share a couple because it sounds like I'm a little short on time. First of all, we are now, as Republicans, just the party of common sense, right? It's common sense versus crazy. So we now have to pass these common sense laws. I mean, do you guys remember the 1980s when all of us were normal people? We never thought men would put in breast implants one day. So now we never thought boys would want to play in girls' sports. So I co-sponsored a bill about 5 years ago that said no boys could play in girls' sports. Does that sound reasonable? So it passed by 1 vote because every Democrat voted no. So fast forward to today, 2 boys who think they're girls sued the state of Arizona. And what do you guys think Chris Mays did? Yeah, she didn't defend the law. She said, as a proudly endorsed LGBT LMNOP candidate, I am not going to defend this law. So I defended the law. If you guys Google Jane Doe versus Warren Peterson, what you'll see is that I am the lead defendant of the Save Women's Sports Act that has gone all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, in January, I was inside of the U.S. Supreme Court for the Save Women's Sports Act. I was sitting next to Attorney General Ron Labrador, one of the founders of the Freedom Caucus in Congress. He has endorsed my campaign. I was sitting next to Attorney General McCuskey, who has also endorsed my campaign. We were sitting where that speaker is. We were sitting about that far from the 9 justices of the U.S. Supreme Court. And this case turned out to be one of the longest. We were listening to the oral arguments, and it turned out to be one of the longest oral arguments in the history of America. 3 hours and 15 minutes arguing about what is a woman. And 3 of the justices did not know. Do you guys know who Ketanji Brown is? So it was amazing to be inside of the U.S. Supreme Court, but I almost regretted it because I was worried Ketanji Brown was going to lower my IQ. This is the woman who's famous for saying she didn't know what a woman is, right? Well, here's the good news. 6 of the justices appear to know what a woman is. So we're going to get a ruling in June, 6-3, and girls are going to be protected in sports across the country. Sex offender laws. We have pretty tough sex offender laws here in the state of Arizona. A sex offender sued the state of Arizona for cruel and unusual punishment. Can you believe that? And what do you think Chris Mays did? This is insane. She didn't defend the law. So, and this just kind of shows you media bias, right? Like the media should have been all over this, no stories. I'll spend $1 million making sure everybody in Arizona knows Chris Mays did not defend our sex offender laws. Well, I defended the law. About 10 weeks ago, we won. Families and kids are safe from sex offenders here in the state of Arizona. And then me Familia versus Warren Peterson. How many of you guys think only citizens should be voting in our elections? So I'm making sure that only citizens vote in our elections. I'm the only candidate in this race with a record. You can count on a record or you can count on promises from a politician. What's better? How do those promises do? So I have, every year the watchdog groups rank candidates, and at the end of last session, the Arizona Republican Assembly ranked all 90 legislators, and they ranked me #1 out of 90 legislators here in the state of Arizona. I've been named free market champion, hero of the taxpayer, #1 for budget regulatory by Goldwater, recognized for protecting life, families, and religious freedom by Center for Arizona Policy, and I'm the only candidate A+ rated with the National Rifle Association. So if you go back over the last 14 years, what you will see is that I've consistently been ranked #1, #2, or #3. So you know you can count on me on the issues. Next slide, please. I've also passed and co-sponsored hundreds of bills. Maybe I'll just tell you about a couple of these for the interest of time that I'm really proud of. First of all, I authored the bill to ban sex changes on minor children, so we no longer have that here in the state of Arizona. When I got to the legislature, I thought the pension was atrocious that was offered to politicians, so I co-sponsored legislation to eliminate pensions for politicians. We no longer give pensions to politicians here in the state of Arizona. How many of you guys would like to know the election results night of the election? So I authored what has been now called Florida-style elections bill. Got it out of, I met with Secretary of State from Florida because they give you election results in an hour. Arizona was last in the nation. But I authored the bill, got it over to the House. Representative Collin mirrored it and to help us fast track it. We put it on the governor's desk. She vetoed it. Good news is in January 2027, this is one of the first bills that Governor Biggs is going to sign when he gets into office. We can go ahead and go to the next page to run out of time. So if you look at Arizona, it's a little over, these statewide races are really tough. If you look at our demographics, we're a little over a third Republican, 1/3 independent, a little less than a third Democrat. So to win these races, we need somebody who has broad-based support from the Republicans. You got to get half the independents plus 1 to win. Next slide, please. I'm honored to say I'm the only candidate in this race who has won a general election as a Republican. I'm the only lifelong Republican in this race. I'm the only person who has not changed my party 3 times. Okay? I have won 7 out of the 7 last elections, and it's one of the reasons I was asked to win, because I've never lost a race, and we can win this general election. Last slide, since I'm out of time. Let's go to the next one. I'll just say this, I'll close with this. I beat Governor Hobbs in court when she broke the law. I beat Adrian Fontes in court when he broke the law in our elections. And I beat Chris Mays in court, and she had to pay us $40,000 in attorney's fees. With your help, we're going to beat all 3 of these folks in November. Warren Peterson, candidate for Attorney General. Thank you guys so much. God bless all of you.